Hello again folks, apologies for being such a long time between posting videos. Unfortunately, not long after posting my last video, I managed to fall off my pedal bike on the way home from work and broke my right thumb. I mean, it's still not perfect yet. I've got a lot more strength in it, but it's still really painful if you push it to extremities. Right, if you imagine trying to undo a screw or a bolt or something, that's where I really struggle. But anyway, we're going to crack on tonight. I've got out here quite late, so I need to get a shifty on. I'm going to use my hot tent again. I've got a different stove this time. It's a fixed one, it's not one of the collapsible ones. It's stainless steel, so it's a lot heavier. I'm going to give it a go. I had hoped to do a lot more videos, so I would have interspersed a bit of hot tent and some bivvy sheet tarp camping, but unfortunately, due to my injury, I couldn't get on with it. So for those that watched the last video, it's probably going to be quite similar. I'm going to use a hot tent, put the stove in, cook something on it, and that'll be it. This will probably be the last hot tent one because it's now getting warmer, so that's why I wanted to do this now, because from now on in it'll probably be lighter nights, warmer, so I'll be back to tarp camping. Anyway, back in a minute. Well, it's not the neatest setup I've ever pitched. Time's against me. Anyway, it's going to do the job for tonight. For those who haven't seen this tent before, it's a OneTigris Rock Fortress, approximately 250 quid I got it for. I'm really impressed with this. It's my second time of putting it up. It is much easier this time, obviously you know what you're doing. If you watch the other video, you could probably skip through this bit, but two entrances, exits, so one this side, one the other side, which is ideal. It's good actually for if you put your stove here, because you've got your stove jack there. That also comes with a Velcro flap, so if you're not using it as a stove jack, you can cover it up to prevent any rain getting in. You've also got two of these, which are vents, which are pretty good actually. So yeah. And believe me, this tent does get really hot, as I found out last time. Inside, you see you've got masses of room. I think it reckons it's a 6-man tent. I'm personally 3, 4, probably pretty comfortable. But yeah, masses of room, and it is this ripstop material, as you can see. It's also got the snow skirts, which I haven't really tidied up at the minute. So if you do camp and it snows, the skirts, if you leave them outside, the snow will fall on them and stop coming in. Right, let's get stove set up. For those of you that know my channel, you know I make leather bags and things, wax canvas bags. This backpack, which you saw on the back of my sissy bar, I made myself actually last week. It was a failed project that I was making. Decided just to redo it and make it into sort of backpack, which I'm quite pleased with. Right, the biggest problem with this stove is it didn't come with a bag, which is a bit of a nuisance. So I said before, this is a fixed one. It doesn't collapse like the last titanium one. It's also stainless steel, so it is a lot heavier. So it's probably not ideal for backpacking or anything like that. What I do like though is the flue or chimney setup. It's just these sections that go together. You don't have any messing around rolling your sheet of aluminium or whatever it was. The only problem is it doesn't actually have any cap for the top, so if it does pour rain, you're going to get a lot of spits and cracking as it comes down the flue. I haven't actually lit this yet, so it'll get its test burn in an hour or so when I get some wood and get it together. Do you know, I think I got this up just in time. Just pop back to the bike there because I want to hide it, and also get my waxed canvas poncho that I made. That's going to be my sleeping ground sheet tonight. It looks like we're about to get a shower too, so don't want to hang around. I'm going to get some wood prep, get the thing lit, possibly have a brew, but the way things are going at the minute, it's more likely going to be a beer. Whoa, that warm work. You probably saw I had to use both hands most of the jobbing. I just ain't got the grip strength in this thumb, and every now and again it gets proper stiff and you gotta exercise it. Anyway, never mind, enough about my aches and pains. I don't know if I showed you this in the last video, this OneTigris axe that I bought, about £55 on eBay, made in Sweden. I'm actually really impressed. It's super sharp. Obviously you've got to keep on top of it, sharpening it. It came with a little blade edge protector. This overstrike protector I made myself out of a bit of scrap leather. It actually needs tightening up slightly. I mean, I'm not one of these people that spends a fortune on kit. I'm not a kit freak, but definitely I recommend a decent axe. It'll make your life a lot easier. I'm going to get this wood in and then I think I have a beer. Just realised I've completely forgot my reading glasses, so that's going to make life interesting tonight, although I might put in a urgent resupply to carry and see if she'll kindly drop them over. If anything else goes wrong, we're definitely not going to run out of firewood tonight. I wasn't taking any chances with a flint and steel. The only problem with this, right, so on the bike obviously space is at a premium and this takes up a fair bit of space in your bag, so I've had to leave out my little folding table, also my bed, my frame bed. I didn't have room for it, so I'm sleeping on top of, I've got my wax canvas poncho which I'm going to lay on the floor, then I've got like a little inflatable mat on it, and I've got my jungle bag just to put on top of it. Last time I had my thick heavy duty sleeping bag and it was too warm. I know the stove didn't stay lit all night. It's still this tent just keeps the heat in. It's really good, and it's brightened up now. Totally unrelated subject. Has anybody else had a problem with GoPro batteries, with them puffing out and swelling the covers? There's another one that's now useless. So when I was at the trip out last year, unfortunately I didn't get it on camera. One of these in my GoPro 8, which I'm filming on at the minute, I'm swole, and it was a real mission to get it out of the camera. In the end I had to use a screwdriver and lever it out. As I got it out, it must have pierced and a jet of flame shot up. It put a hole in the ground sheet of our other tent. GoPro sorted out. Right, it's not time for dinner yet, but I want to marinate my dinner first. So what I'm going for tonight is some deep fried chicken. I've got a couple of drumsticks and thighs, and I actually thought these were bone-on thighs, but it turns out they're fillets, but never mind. So what I want to do is marinate this for an hour or two. So these self-seal bags are absolutely ideal for stuff like this. Got a home blended mix of black pepper, chili powder, onion powder and garlic powder. You can add salt. I don't take salt in my food, so I don't. Just sprinkle that in there, and what I'm also going to do is just add a splash of water, which will help dissolve it and help coat it. I'll do. Seal that back up. And give that a good mix around. let all those flavours absorb into that. So, I mean, if you were at home, probably you want to do this and leave it overnight. But an hour, a couple of hours should be grand in this case. Carrie and Dolly are on the way with my reading glasses, so straight in with the hazy IPA. Oh yeah.
I know he's excited. Good girl. Yeah.
And
Oh, look.
watch, that's really hot.
Hello. Oh my gosh, it's so warm in here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. What do we think, Dolly? Is it nice and warm? Got quite a lot of room in here. What do we think, do?
Look, that's glowing red hot.
I know.
Come on, Dolly.
Come on,
Go.
Bubba.
See you, Mum. So I've got my Zebra Billy Cam. I've only used this once before. Yeah, it does what it says on the tin. Unfortunately, those plastic lid holders aren't great. I noticed the new Zebras have all got metal clips. Got me spuds, which I'm going to peel. So I want, if possible, to try and slice these quite finely, which is going to be a bit of a mission, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, I know I'm cutting metal on metal, but unfortunately, with not having much space after bringing the stove, I couldn't bring my wooden chopping board. So while my chips or fries are cooking, time to start coating the chicken. So this is just plain flour, which I've mixed in onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of thyme, and some black pepper. Basically the same as the last one, apart from the chili powder. But the thing is, just experiment. Do what you want, put in your own things. Right, a little bit of a tip when you're handling chicken like that, these gloves. Grand. I always carry a few pairs in my pocket, so if you're out and you have to stop and do stuff with the bike, you don't end up with oily hands for the rest of the day. And for working with like raw meat and stuff, these are perfect because you can just use them once and then bin them straight in there. You want to get it really, really well coated. Oh, you can definitely smell the garlic coming straight out of this. Wow, you look at that, like a family bucket. Some vinegar for my fries. Bit of mayo. With a drumstick first. Oh, that's so good. Oh, you can taste all the spices and everything in it, and this, the coating is so crispy. Let's try a bit of this thigh fillet. You know, I was a bit worried when I realised this was boneless that it would have dried out. Now it's really, really moist. Oh, so good. Right folks, well, I've got a full belly, I've got half a beer left to finish, brushed my teeth, going to get into bed. I put the camera on Star Track time lapse, even though you won't see any stars because it's cloudy and we're in the woods. It is so warm and toasty in here. I've stoked up the stove. I'm not going to let it burn through the night because that just wouldn't be safe. But I shall see you in the morning. Night. Morning. It was warm enough in the tent last night, but the wind kept me awake most of it. I think I only managed about 3 or 4 hours on and off. So I had the wind, and then there was, I think it was either a fox or a muntjac, kept running past. There was definitely a muntjac about. I could hear it barking, and also there was quite a few owls. At least one tawny owl in these trees just around me, and there must have been a couple of little owls going back and forth at each other, but it wasn't too bad. As I said, it was just the wind. The tent was fine. I mean, it's quite sheltered here. It's the trees blowing in the wind, and every now and again you heard a crack, which was a bit disconcerting. But it is pretty early now. It's just about 6 in the morning, and I'm going to get packed up and head off. See you later. Right guys, that's me done. Just got to put the kit on the bike, and then I've got a 10-minute ride home. It's actually been a really good camp, really enjoyed it. As I said, it's probably going to be my last hot tent camp for a while because it's starting to warm up a bit and the nights are getting lighter, so hopefully next time it'll be a tarp. I'll sign off here now. Thanks very much for watching. If you do like what you see, please do like and subscribe. I hope to get out a lot more now. Some is usable, if not totally healed. So if you do camp often, camp safe. If you do ride often, ride safe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.